good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Guys, we are getting some interesting stuff as a whole. Not only have we seen like a ridiculous amount of, things popping off within the show, but it's clear to me that as soon as a lot of this stuff kind of ends, in the case of Miles and her getting wherever she needs to go, it's going to be one of those things where all of a sudden she's going to have to either she felt like she had to leave her friends to get like what she needed to get done, or B, she had to either, leave almost every single thing, and the case of, being normal and all that stuff behind to really save this world and do what that God was trying to tell her to do in the first place. So now that she's actually getting there, we're going to see just like how much of that she actually has to do, right? But as of right now, I'm playing online, so I can't promise you perfect, flawless gameplay, but I can promise you I will do my best. But I had to pick. There's this new event out for Jump Force, and then I can't really choose anything, but I had to choose my boy Sasuke. Urameshi, because of what happens this week, was absolutely hilarious in the grand scheme of our main girl about to use the spirit gun and chooses not to because, that's kind of copyright. But overall, it was definitely still hype to see at the end of the day because if you really think about it, Urameshi is a huge, huge popular character that a lot of people know. Um, so to see him being even talked about in this show definitely makes me happy because this is the same show that, has shown Dragon Ball Z stuff, and I love me some Dragon Ball Z, which they also did the Spirit Bomb this week, which I thought was also pretty hilarious. So this show as a whole really did shock me. I did not expect a lot of the things that popped off in it to happen. Um, but regardless, it just goes to show you that once you get into these types of shows, you have a good chance of really enjoying yourself, and that's what I was looking forward to the most. And now that it's pretty much coming to a conclusion, we're gonna see a season two. We got to, and if we don't, I really do think they're missing out on an easy market of, of stuff. In the case of, they could just put this out easily, and next thing you know, people will definitely be buying it. In the case of the Elder Dragons not really being all that, like they're done. What? That killed me? Come on now, people. Come on. Um, the Elder Dragons being all done and handled kind of just goes to show you like what is their main plan as a whole. Because to me, um, I knew that the Elder Dragons were going to be strong. I just didn't know how much of a story they were actually going to convey later on. But it looks like they're going to be relatively big now, right? Like they're actually going to bring something to the overall story. Okay, so my my shot doesn't stop him from doing anything. It just does that. Gotcha. But as a whole, I definitely want to hear what you guys are feeling on this. This show has been relatively fun to watch as it's like progressed. The only sad thing is like it's over for now, right? Like we have to just guess when they're going to drop something new, and if they do drop something new, um, what is it going to actually have as a whole in it? Which I mean, as of right now, they could do a lot of stuff. I just feel like if they do it all, it's going to need the help of everybody who kind of makes the story fun to be a little bit more prominent in my opinion, right? Like if they're not as prominent as they should be, it's going to be hard to give them any true like meaning or story in the future, and I think That's more or less the hard part of these stories as a whole, is giving it all meaning at the end of the day, because I'm gonna miss this. Oh, I got him. You're trash. Because if you don't give all of this meaning at the end of the day, it, or not all of it, but the other characters, right? Like the fire, the water, and the swordswoman. If you don't give them all some more story, I mean, we already know their backgrounds now. All you have to do is kind of keep building them up to at least be at the level of the main girl, right? Like, at this point, we couldn't even tell if she is going to be a big, if any of them are going to be big game changers for her to help her at the end of the day. Excuse me, I don't know why I got hiccups all of a sudden. But yeah, seeing the spirit gun and the spirit bomb this week was hilarious. Changing the spirit gun into the magic gun, you know, just to be safe. It just gives me this feeling of joy that I get to watch not only this show as a whole grow from start to finish this time around, but at the same time, the characters were amazing. The overall things that they were bringing to the story was fun to watch, so I highly recommend you check it out if you just want something to chill back to, or if you want something to kind of, you know, make you laugh here and there. This was definitely the show for me, and I definitely hope everybody else enjoys it. If not, let me know in the comments down below what you don't like about it, what you did like about it. Like I was saying, Miles getting, you know, a power up in the case of understanding who she is and why she kind of has to do what she has to do, made the story a lot more conveying to me as a whole, just because it's like, if you don't do this, if she doesn't go through with, you know, all this stuff that's going on, she might as well have thrown some of the time and preparations away, and that's not, you know, what she's about, which is good about her character as a whole. I'm just looking forward to the fact of whatever kind of pops off in the long run of the show, what actually is going to be the end all be all, right? Because a lot of this stuff has already transpired in this show, so it's like, if it's going to continue to grow at all, they're going to need things to convey us to watch it, to want to see more, right? So because of that, I look forward to what they actually bring out as a whole, because that's where the show is going to shine at its best, at its fullest. And until then, we will definitely be stuck uh, watching and waiting. But until then, I definitely want to hear what you guys are thinking slash saying about all this, because at the end of the day, this game is so trash. They gave this girl the most dumbest range, and if you jump in this game, you can't do anything. Like, good, congratulations, you made Rukia overpowered for no reason. So, regardless of all that, I definitely want to hear what you guys are saying of this show. Like I was saying, it's one of my more liked shows as of now because of how things kind of transpired as a whole. I mean, it's not for everybody, but at the same time, I still feel like you can enjoy it. And if you don't, let me know why, because it's over now. You can binge watch it. You can, you know, really just go in any way you want to watching this show. And I think that's also the ultimate thing that's gonna be good about it now for people who don't want to watch it on a weekly basis like I did. You don't have to, right? You could just watch it now straight through. So, with all that being said, let me know. This season finale was pretty interesting as a whole, but I want to know if you guys enjoyed it, if you guys hated it, whatever the case may be. I can't do my assist, so this guy got really lucky, and I will talk to you all in the next one. So with that being said, peace. Make him spend it. What? You just can't block after jumping. Jump force, please. Let's make a good game. I know it's hard to actually think about, seeing how oh my god. Yeah, this is too bad. I couldn't awaken like this. And then every time I do awaken, I do that, and it just sends them trash game. Alright.